Welcome to the show about the show, the podcast. This is episode 434. My name is Will, and nobody knows what I look like. I'm accompanied by Ben, who doesn't wash his car. Rounding out our cast is Atticus, who doesn't own a sports coat. How's it going, guys?
Doing well.
Nice. This is a show currently about Twin Peaks. Today we're talking about Season 2, Episode 4, Laura's Secret Diary. We also have a Patreon where we release a bonus hangout show every week. That's over on patreon.com/drskeleton. All right, question lads, with one and perhaps two follow-up questions depending on your answers. Is there someone in your life you would help with a secret mission unconditionally?
Did we cover this 2 weeks ago? I'm poking my head in.
I want to hear some information about that secret mission.
So you're demanding information. You can't. This isn't like come with me. There's no time to explain situation.
No. Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I don't think there's anyone I wouldn't push against, but there are probably people that could eventually convince me. But there's nobody I would go like, no, I need to know what's happening.
Yeah, when people are like, "Oh, I'm your ride or die. You can tell me to do anything. You could tell me that you just killed somebody and I need to go help you bury the body or what." I'm not doing that. I'm going to ask some questions.
This is kind of hurtful. I was kind of hoping I was going to be both of your guys'. I was going to say you guys. I would do that for you guys.
I'm not saying I wouldn't help you bury a body, but there'd be no chance I'm not going, I think we've got time. Can you tell me? You know what I mean?
What if I'm like dead serious? Like I know it's you. I know this is insane, and you have questions. You just have to trust me. I will explain later when there's time. There just isn't time. You have to trust me. You have to come with me right now. You cannot ask me any questions.
Well, I think I would come with you. It kind of depends in reality. It kind of depends on the action. If you're like, you got to come with me right now. You got to get in the car right now. We got to go.
Yeah.
I might get in the car with you. I'll be okay. I might get in the car with you. But then I'm going to be like, now that we're driving, we got some time. You want to explain some more?
What if I'm no?
I think I'm the same. I think I would be constantly asking for more information, despite fully, I cannot tell you. I'd be like, can you tell me now?
Because maybe if you're like, I still can't explain. Okay, fine. But what are we doing when we get out of the car? I think at a certain point, I'm going to reach some action where I'm like, I'm not doing anything else without some explanation, because I don't want to do anything that's against my own, morals or something like that.
You think I would maybe ask you to do something against your morals without good reason? You don't trust me enough.
No,
you don't trust
but
anybody.
But I'm just saying that,
you have to take it on faith. You just have to take it on faith that like there's a good enough reason.
No.
And it's less about, it's not like let's tie it to the episode. It's not get in the car. It's I can't tell you anything about it. You can't know anything more about it. I just need your best man. I just need you to meet me. I know he doesn't say meet me. Like he's not asking for Harry to meet him, but like I need you to do me a huge favor. And show up to help me on a secret mission that I can't tell you anything about tonight. Kind of thing, like me, at the roadhouse. Like
maybe would do that. But at a certain, if you make me do something that now I'm a little too suspicious about it, and I'm worried, then I might back out. In the middle.
I'd send my best man to meet you, Will. No question asked. I'd send my best man.
Okay. Nice. Ben, what you're doing is worse because you would like say like you got my back and then just leave me hanging.
Well, you have to have the other person's back too. I'm trusting you to go with you, but then I'm just saying if I'm like something.
What do I need to do to earn your trust enough to the point where
I think that's impossible.
Okay.
I think that's impossible. I think that part's impossible. You have to earn trust. You have to keep earning trust, you know? If you do something that seems untrustworthy, then it's going to reduce my trust a little bit. If you're like,
I'm just in a really tight spot of no fault of my own.
sure.
Or maybe it is. You just take my word for it. But
I would do that.
need
Yeah.
your help.
The step one, okay, I'll help you out. I'm trusting you. But then if you're like, okay, and now the next thing you have to do is bury this body, then I'm like, whoa. Now I'm not
I need to take pictures of your toes.
Yeah.
Trust me. There's
That's
no
a
time
good
to
example.
explain.
That's a good example where I'm like, losing trust right now. I'm not so sure about that, you know?
I can't
need to
tell
take your
you
photo
for the
with the
100th
body.
time. All right. Well, this is good to know. Who I can call on and who I can't. We're talking about Laura's Secret Diaries today. This is the 4th episode of season 2 of Twin Peaks. This aired October 20th, 1990. It was written by Robert Engels and directed by Todd Holland, who is a TV comedy director. Directed many episodes of The Larry Sanders Show and Malcolm in the Middle. And this episode of Twin Peaks. I'm gonna start by reading the Log Lady intro here because I think it sets the tone correctly. Miscommunication sometimes leads to arguments, and arguments sometimes lead to fights. Anger is usually present in arguments and fights. Anger is an emotion, usually classified as a negative emotion. Negative emotions can cause severe problems in our environment and to the health of our body. Happiness, usually classified as a positive emotion, can bring good health to our body and spread positive vibrations into our environment. Sometimes, when we are ill, we are not on our best behavior. By ill, I mean any of the following: physically ill, emotionally ill, mentally ill, and or spiritually ill. And now picture the title sequence, and now picture my dog Marty throwing his toys around during the intro, because that's what he does. We have now done this enough times that he's cute. He hears the Twin Peaks intro song. That's when he goes and grabs his stuffed penguin toy and then flings it into the air, sometimes hitting stuff. It's adorable, and I love it, but also somewhat distracting from the vibe. But that's the beauty of TV, baby. It's in your living room. Everybody has their own very personal connection to Twin Peaks, and Marty throwing his toys around is part of mine. Harry interrogates a stunned Leland on his involvement in Jacques' murder, with Cooper and Doc Hayward standing by in the room. Leland reveals he only went to the hospital after hearing about Jacques' arrest, believing him to be the man responsible for his daughter's death, and tearfully confesses to the murder.
Doc
It's very
Hayward
uncut gems.
gets a lot of access in this town by being the doctor.
Yes. He's just allowed to be in the mix, I guess.
Yeah.
He
You're
just
one of
gets
us.
to be part of interrogations. Why, dude?
A learned man. I mean, that's like a Western thing, I feel like, you know? We've got the doctor, we've got some police. Can't trust anyone else in this town.
Yeah. But yeah, an uncut gem style opening. There's this hole in the ceiling, that very the camera's inside of and pulls out of, but rather than pulling out of Adam Sandler's ass, it is actually just the interrogation room.
Mm-hmm.
And it's too early to crown the king of the episode, but I had my finger hovered over Ray Wise's icon because he's the god. The crown will eventually go to someone else, but I want to honorably mention him. His confession here is great. As Cooper and Hayward depart the interrogation room, Hayward begins to say that he can at least understand Leland's actions, but Cooper harshly interjects, asking if Hayward is approving of murder. Agent Cooper has a steely mode which is cool, and he activates a couple of times. You know, Kyle MacLachlan is really great as Cooper, and that seems obvious to say, but like, he's great. It's weirdly hard to be the star of a show, I think. And you know, like we kind of gave Jack and Matthew Fox a lot of shit on Lost, but I ultimately think Matthew Fox did great work as Jack, even if the character was frustrating. And Kyle MacLachlan is doing great work as Cooper here. It's tough to be the star in a way because you have to kind of be the guy to ground it in some way. But it should be mentioned how excellent he is at this. I love it when he shifts into like being an opponent. And it's just slightly in his expression. He's like, "Do you approve of murder?" He does it with James. He's like extra stern with James. And I believe he did it with meeting Jacoby for the first time. It's just this cool little thing he does with his posture that it's like he's not just like this pushover like Boy Scout guy. He's got a firm core to him. Before Doc Hayward can leave, he runs into Andy, who asks about the possibility of another sperm test. He obliges, giving Andy a vial on the spot and telling him to fill it before he departs.
Nice. Feel bad for Andy.
Yeah, you gotta feel bad for Andy. Why do you wait?
Small-town doctor doing this type of testing?
He does everything.
Frequently? Okay.
Yeah, he does do everything, yeah.
And he carries the vials with him. He seems to be pretty prepared for it. Andy like instantly grabs some evidence to whack off to. It's a very cool cop move.
That's a very never done this. Never been to one of those centers or whatever myself, but that seems very like it would get in your head. If the doctor was just, like, sure, we'll do it right now. I'm going to go wait in my car, and now you're going to go whack off into this cup and bring it to me. It seems like a
sure, let's do it. All right, let's do it right now. He's like pulling on like a glove. Well, no. I'll do a different test.
Can we do this in a way where we can pretend that that's not what I'm going to do right now?
Yeah, that I just like find this or something.
Yeah. I got this in a normal way, a very clinical way for my body. Nothing in the bathroom.
I have had. Don't worry, I didn't spend any of the time in the bathroom getting this out of my body.
Sometimes it just comes out.
I just
That's
waited
my
around
normal
until
explanation.
It came out.
That's less weird.
I have really really wanted a version of this where if you want to do a blood test on me, like punch me in the face and have like bleed my nose kind of thing. Like, or if I have a nosebleed, can you get some blood that way without going like the needle route? But apparently that's not an option. They won't whack you in the face to get a blood sample.
What if there was an option to slice you instead of a needle?
No, neither.
No, that's worse.
I guess that's not an option. But they're both equally bad to me. But I think I would. But like I think slashing would probably be more of a problem.
Maybe
bludgeoning me until the skin breaks is okay.
Nice.
Can't you just give me something so I start like vomiting blood? You know, like if I just drink some like Drano or something, would that help? Harry reconvenes with Cooper to let him know that the town's judge and the state prosecutor will arrive in Twin Peaks tomorrow. He also reveals that no one named Robertson has ever been recorded living in the house Hawk had found, but the police are looking into the house's last known residents. Andy stumbles past them and drops his vial, causing him to scramble to the floor to recover it. I guess I'm just glad it didn't like just break.
Bust open, yeah.
Yeah, get in the carpet or something. As he does so, Cooper notices the new boots he is wearing, the same brand they found at Leo's house. Andy says that he bought a pair from the one-armed man the day he arrived to sell shoes to Harry. Andy's in a funny stance when he's like looking under the chairs or something, and Cooper's like, "Freeze! Stay right there. Let me get a good look."
He has too much power over them.
He really does. And Andy's like, "Don't make me say it." The Great Northern Hotel staff is abuzz with the news that a prominent
Sorry, my mind's going really slowly on this. Is the implication that the Flesh World magazine, that's evidence? That was the evidence one?
That's what
just a regular one.
I think that's what he. No, I think he grabbed it. I mean, he grabbed Flesh World. I think it's. It's been
established.
I think
that
it's
there's
evidence,
a lot
right?
of Flesh World in this town, but yeah, I think it's the evidence.
Yeah, he's whacking off to evidence. That's insane.
Ugh. Evidence of like. There's minors in that, right? Hasn't that also been established?
Yeah, and like children like we've met and are like currently like dead. in the mix or dead. Like yeah, they're like a going concern. Like, well, yeah, don't whack off to Flesh World. Maybe he's really into the truck. I don't know. That's the other thing we know isn't in Flesh World.
Leo with his truck, right?
Yeah. The Great Northern Hotel staff is abuzz with the news that a prominent and enigmatic travel writer named M.T. Wentz is rumored to be stopping through the town soon, prompting Ben to request hourly updates on guests. He makes his way to his office only to find Jean Renault waiting for him there.
I love the actress who comes and says that to Ben, though. She's really... I was thinking to myself, good job giving her the porter.
She gets two scenes
through the screen, really hamming it up, trying to hit that take advantage of this David Lynch TV show you're in, and maybe land a more prominent role in your next TV show or whatever. Good work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she does great. Jean shows Ben the footage of Audrey being held hostage, explaining that he is merely a messenger for the real kidnappers. Jean takes the opportunity to discuss a potential business partnership, saying that One-Eyed Jacks is run by pickpockets and fools, something Ben has long suspected. Ben immediately trusts him, I guess, sort of.
He's a man in a westernish suit. I don't know what you call that.
Yeah.
You look like you could be riding a horse, but a very formal horse.
Jean outlines that he specifically wants Cooper to be the one to deliver the ransom money, and further details will be outlined at noon the next day via a telephone call. After Jean leaves, Ben calls his secretary requesting that she send Cooper his way immediately. It's just a reminder that Audrey's situation remains very harrowing.
Yes.
Save her. News of M.T. Wentz's arrival has also arrived at the Double R Diner, as Norma excitedly tells Hank. He takes the opportunity to step out to buy supplies to make the diner look fancier. This was an endearing moment. You sort of see the flash of maybe what could be or what had been. Hank being enthusiastic and supportive of Norma and Norma's goals, and he takes initiative to really help out here. Does a lot for the character here, and there's no trace for ulterior motives that we can really sense outside of maybe he's trying to get back into Norma's good graces.
Mm-hmm.
but it seems very it still seems positive.
That's an interesting read because I read this all as very suspicious.
I'm sure it's calculated.
Yeah.
But he's still trying to help out Norma.
True.
Kind of both.
Suspicious.
And you know, and Norma is suspicious, I think, too. I think it would hit different if she was like, "Oh, thanks, Hank." But no, she's like, you know, she's kind of hesitantly like, "Thanks." You know, for going to get the stuff. As he leaves, he suggests Norma tell Big Ed to point travelers to the diner from his gas station, something she visibly bristles at. Donna and Harold share wine at his house as he reads a section of Laura's secret diary to her. He rebuffs her suggestion to hand it over to the police, saying that there are no answers to her death within it and that Laura specifically entrusted it to him.
He really messes up. He kind of does. I was thinking this to myself while I was watching it. Like, he kind of makes the mistake, like if you pick out a movie to watch with like your parents and then like 50 minutes in, you're like, man, this has a really awkward sex scene. I was trying, like the kind of thing you don't want to watch with your parents, except he doesn't know how to read ahead more than like one sentence. So he's like, here, let me read a little passage to you. First sentence. Dear diary, it's me, Laura. I sure love my friend Donna. Second sentence. Dear diary, another thing I love? Getting taken by really strong, suspicious men all around Twin Peaks. And he's kind of like, maybe we'll stop there for now.
Yeah. Yeah. And there's also nothing, so definitely nothing that could help the investigation.
Yeah.
Better here. So the Diary of Laura Palmer is a real book. Mark Frost wrote it and released it. Like, it's a supplementary material here. And the one and only Jen Lynch recommended specifically to us to read it.
Nice.
And I think timing-wise makes sense for us to get into it at about this time. So I'll be doing that. Cooper watches Audrey's... Wait. Oh, okay. There's a typo in the TV tropes here. Cooper watches Audrey's random video in Ben's office. Holds up
so
spork.
random.
Yeah. Versus she's to Penguin of Doom in here or something.
Oh my God.
Cooper watches Audrey's ransom video in Ben's office and agrees to hand off the money after Ben cites the relationship he has with Audrey. Cooper really gives up the goods here. Or like Ben just kind of, I would say from Ben's perspective, fairly unfoundedly accuses him for having like a inappropriate relationship with his daughter.
Yep, it is. That's what it is.
Yeah, exactly. Cooper really is like, yeah, I guess.
If I offended,
I did transgress a bit, huh? And we know that he could have been less weird with her, but I don't think Ben knows that.
Also, I don't think they care about that at the FBI either. They don't care about it anywhere else.
Kind of encouraged.
Yeah.
Josie finally returns to Twin Peaks, her arms loaded with various shopping bags. Pete catches her up to speed on the events of the mill fire, saying that a memorial service for Catherine will be held in the coming days, despite the fact that her body still hasn't been recovered.
They both handle it. They both handle it very well. Catherine's dead. And then they like bat each other on the back like twice, like, all right, next thing.
I mean, I always love seeing Jack Nance on the screen. He's so good here as always. Yeah, Josie B shopping, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
At the casino, Emery drags a drugged Audrey into Blackie's office, claiming that she continues resisting. She groggily replies that he struck her, as Jean comforts her while Emery pleads with them that she just needs to listen and she'll be okay. Jean responds by shooting Emery dead, horrifying Audrey as he continues to console her. Yeah, Jean in freak mode right now. But I mean, at least Emery's not in the mix anymore. But could be a frying pan fire situation. I don't know. Back at the station, another argument between Andy and Lucy prompts Cooper to break it up and pull her aside to figure out what the problem is between them. Lucy talks about her history with both Andy and Dick and realizes she doesn't know what she wants in a relationship, as both men are polar opposites of each other. Cooper should definitely not be getting involved in this. This is not the type of thing you're here for, man. Don't get in the mix on like your coworkers relationship issues, okay?
Lucy?
Listen, you better tell me what's going on.
This is getting annoying, and I need to solve a case. So I will solve my case by first solving your relationship problems.
I mean, that is his approach. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, you're being annoying. Stop that. Lucy has a good, not great sweater. Honorable mention for Will of the episode.
He does do a little misogyny in the middle. Like, yeah, what's all this? What do you not like about them? And then he's like, and what have you done about it? What have you done about any of these things to fix it?
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, you're the problem.
This is where she says that Andy doesn't wash his car and doesn't own a sport coat.
Yes.
Completely out of line. Out of pocket.
You guys own sport coats?
Do I have? Yeah.
Yeah.
Mini.
Aren't sport coats like the ones with like metal buttons?
You kind of call all. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I would say I just kind of use it interchangeably with the blazer.
No, see, I think that's different. I think it's definitely a different item of clothes. It's like a special, like.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, with like gold buttons, which yes, have that as well. But I think now it does get used interchangeably.
Sure. It shouldn't. This is specifically like a different thing, but yeah.
I don't know.
Atticus, sport coat check.
No sports coats. Sport coats.
Are either of you washing your cars?
Yeah. Well,
I'm against car washing.
Not on my own, but yeah. What do you do instead?
Not on your own.
I don't do it.
Oh, okay. I don't wash it with my own hands, is what I mean. I drive it through the thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
I did. When I moved to New Jersey, and I went through that car, and I got a car, and I went through the car washing machine the first time on my own. I was telling Shelly, "Oh, I've never done this before. I see why people, make something out of this in movies or whatever. People like to. I guess it's mostly dogs, not people. But like, whoa, wow, we're in the thing." And I was like, it's kind of relaxing. You're in there for a couple minutes as you slowly move through. And so I put my seat. I was Shelly was driving, so I reclined my seat all the way down. And then as I got to the end, and we like emerge out, and then I'm like slowly automatic thing is like moving my seat upwards. I kind of realized like this isn't a very good look. That's another thing I guess I've learned in movies of what
Yeah.
people
You did the
do in a car
tangerine
wash.
in
Yeah,
there,
the
yeah.
tangerine thing. Yeah. So haven't done it again, but I think about it every time because it is very relaxing.
Yeah, I love going through the car wash.
Andy should try it
What
out.
about when the Ben? What about when the mail arrived when you first moved to your house? Did you realize why people make a big deal out of that too?
I don't know why people like why everyone's like shitting in the yard. Like, but I mean, I guess I'm doing it.
I get it now, obviously.
I took my car to like the bay yesterday where you like walk around with the hose. That's satisfying to do every once in a while. That's a good one.
My dad, when I was young, he made a comment one time about like, oh, we never do the. Maybe like I asked him, somebody, it just came up one time, like, Dad, why don't we ever use the automatic washer thing? And he said, like, when you go through the automatic washer, it scrapes your car, and that's bad for the car. And so until I was in like, I don't know, high school or something, I just assumed that that was because like, I thought like what he meant was that's the method of washing the car in an automatic washer. Like it has something that reaches out and scrapes your car. And that's just like, it's just, scraping off the mud with metal to metal or something like that. Turns out it's not the case.
I mean, that's kind of what's happening with the bristles and stuff.
The bristles, yeah. But I mean, it's not
Don't-
like metal. It's not like a spatula reaching out and just
Yeah,
let me
that's
wipe off
true.
the
Yeah,
stuff. Yeah.
you're sending your car through like a cheese grater
Yeah.
type thing. After Lucy leaves, Cooper approaches Harry in his office and asks for one of the Bookhouse boys to back him up from the shadows during the ransom exchange.
Could I get one
He
of
doesn't use those
your
exact words.
local vigilantes to back me up on something, please?
I need one of your boys. Harry says that he will arrange for one of them to meet with Cooper later that night at the Roadhouse bar. Yeah, he says, my best man will meet you there.
Are the Bookhouse boys the 2025 Bookhouse boys? Are they the Proud Boys? Or are they the Antifa local Antifa or Proud Boys?
Well, they're working with the FBI. So what does that tell you?
Yeah.
At the diner, a man arrives late in the evening, prompting Hank and Norma to try sweet-talking him, assuming he is M.T. Wentz.
The Bookhouse boys are sort of like maybe a Mujahideen situation, this episode is dedicated to the memory of the Bookhouse boys, and it reads a lot differently.
The brave fighters. The
30
Bookhouse
years
boys.
later.
Wait, why? Why was the U.S. government giving all of these weapons to the Bookhouse boys? Why was Harry taking delivery
Fast and
of
Furious.
surface-to-air missiles?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the guy they think is M.T. Wentz is at the Double R Diner, and this is a great scene because this guy pulls my move, where he rubs his hands together and goes, "Bathroom." Hank and Norma. Hank escorts him to the bathroom and picks the man's pocket and takes his wallet, an ID badge revealing him to be Daryl Lodwick, the state prosecutor. So he's not M.T. Wentz. In another booth, Donna talks to Maddie about her relationship with James, telling her that she isn't mad at her about it. She then asks for Maddie's help in stealing the diary from Harold, planning to keep him distracted while she breaks in and looks for it. And Maddie can't get a break. I think Maddie's like, you know what? Maybe I should just go like back to my house. I think this is getting a little crazy here.
Yeah. I would like at least a check-in on her situation. Like, what is her plan? What is her living situation? Like,
Right.
has she moved
Like
here?
I forget what the name was, but Sarah talks about her sister, Maddie's mom, And like maybe Maddie's home life is not good itself, and that's why she's here.
She moved
I
directly
guess
from the U.S. Virgin Islands or something like that. How could her home life possibly be any worse than what's going on in Twin Peaks?
that's why I feel so bad for her, because even either way, either if it's worse where she's from, obviously that's a nightmare, and if it's better, I feel bad for her too, because like she's stuck in Twin Peaks instead of having a normal childhood. Harry reunites with Josie and questions her disappearance as she shows off a new dress. She claims to have left town for fear of her life and becomes upset when Harry keeps questioning her. She eventually encourages Harry to tear her shawl and make love to her, and he obliges. Unknown to either of them, the Asian man observes them from the window as a storm begins to kick up. I love the storm throughout this episode. That is a very, very good touch. How do we feel about Harry and Josie reuniting here?
I feel like Harry got very easily distracted. They should have continued on this line of questioning.
Mm-hmm.
Disappointed. I don't know. I don't normally. I love Albert, but I don't normally agree with his characterization of Harry. But I think Albert would have had something to say about this behavior.
He'd wait to get his awooga on. Let's see. Honorable mention. It's not exactly wool, but fabric of the episode. Honorable mention, I guess I'll give to Josie's shawl, just because it has such like a prominent role in the scene. It's not wool though, so I don't know. Shout out to the guy that I guess we're just calling the Asian man.
He does have a name.
Who we learn that he's Jonathan this episode. Yeah. Judge Sternwood arrives at the police station in the middle of the downpour. Yeah, downpour. The pervert judge. He greets Lucy, Harry, and Cooper. He immediately deduces that Harry is having some lady troubles and tries to offer some advice. He steps in out of the rain and is immediately like, "Where's my hug?" And, wetly holds on to Lucy until someone else shows up. And that's Harry. And instead of Harry should have been like, "Yo, why are you touching her?" He's just like, "Hi." And then Sternwood is immediately like, "Having Philly trouble, son?" Which is a weird way of saying that, I guess.
Yeah. Not a good vibe.
Yeah. Yeah. In the midst of this, Dick enters the station and offers Lucy money to cover for an abortion. She becomes very upset by his offer, angrily tells him to leave, and locks herself in another office. Andy walks by with Leland in tow, hearing her cries of anger. Get lost, Dick. He sucks. Lucy is queen. And I'm giving Lucy star of the episode. But she's like, yeah, take that money, put it back in your wallet or in your pocket, walk out those doors, get in your car.
Just walk out
He's still not getting it.
Walk out both doors. The second door sticks sometimes, so you might have to push a little harder.
That's great. And never talk to me ever again. In the station's conference room, Sternwood expresses his regrets in seeing Leland again, given the current circumstances, but assures him that they shall meet again in Valhalla.
Too many Valhallas coming up. this week.
What a week to say that. For us to watch this episode.
I had the same thought.
Yeah, I mean this is coming out a week later, so there will probably be many more Valhallas in the news by the time it's coming up. But
has there been 2? I'm only aware of 1 so far.
That's what Kash Patel said in a statement.
That's what I was thinking of.
Kirk, right?
Has anyone else, has it caught on, or everyone's still just clowning on him?
I feel like I hear people say it, and I'm just, how did this get into your vocabulary? How does this get into anybody's vocabulary?
I think that would be a very, very interesting question to answer. Why are you guys talking about fucking Valhalla? All right?
I gotta plead, a little stupid on this one. When I heard it earlier this week, I had to remind myself, Wikipedia Valhalla. Where does this come from again? What is the origin? Because to me, I mean, I know it's a very stupid guy thing to say. Last time I heard Valhalla was probably in Mad Max,
Yeah, I think if you're normal, this is like, oh, that's what the...
I know it's not from Mad Max, but like, I was the last guys to say it. Don't hear it very often.
and so like, as far as dog whistles go, it's a shitty dog whistle too, because like normal style guys like us who love Mad Max or whatever, or just like we watch Mad Max. That's where we heard it last. Like, wait, you guys think you're like the war boys, like the weird freaks who like
you want to paint yourself white
eat
and
piss
like...
or whatever? Yeah, that's good to you guys. But I bet bet there's some really nasty group chats. I think that we're getting these.
Have either of you seen The Northman?
Yes.
No, I downloaded it today. I was going to watch it tonight. Are they going to say it in there? Because I can't handle any more Valhallas today.
I think they might. I don't know if they say Valhalla, but I feel like it's present as a concept.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, whatever.
You'll have a good time. You got your bowl of raw meat ready to go.
Sure. How the hell did it come up to old ass Judge Man in Twin Peaks though? How are these guys? I guess they did have Mad Max back then. I don't know if they said it in the older Mad Max. I've seen all the older Mad Maxes, but I don't think they talk about Valhalla in them. So
I think that it's probably safe to assume that the Valhalla reference it shares some kind of lineage to the disturbing things that we're actually seeing in the news like this week in modern life. But like, I think that there's it says like it's like Norse mythology, right? Or that's like, it's heaven for Vikings, Viking heaven
that you get to through combat specifically, or am I projecting that on?
That feels right. And like, we have talked about like the fight against violence, but like you can see there's a fight against evil and these guys, but there's a distinction there between violence and evil, I suppose. And this is the law. He's like, we have a tough job, right? Like we're preserving order.
Yeah, he's like,
that's why
at one point we'll
be in Valhalla.
I'll say what's on everybody's mind. We have a tough job. that's not what I was thinking.
Yeah, I was kind of wishing you weren't like touching my coworker, but yeah, all right, whatever.
Gotta say, of the three of us, you probably have the easiest job. You seem to
I don't think you like need to like
drive around with your hot clerk all day, and that's about it.
Yeah, he drives around his Winnebago. That's what Sid's out there refueling the Winnebago. As the state prosecutor hasn't arrived yet, Sternwood although Sternwood is a great name for a judge. That's like a great character name. Sternwood decides that Leland will have to remain in jail until the trial, which he does not object to. The judge and his law clerk, who even Cooper admits is quite attractive, retire for the evening. And I gotta say, throw a flag on the play here. Even Cooper thinks she's attractive. This dude is a horn dog. He's he's barking at everyone.
Well, this might be a Nadine situation like last week of there's a certain the men in this town have a certain proclivity towards not older women. So maybe that's what they're getting at. Even Cooper,
That
the guy who's only attracted
even the
to
pedophile thinks this woman is
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Sid is pretty. Sid's a good name too. And I give her wool of the episode. She's wearing a very cool,
very
shawl thing.
Very costume designer. Make this woman look Pacific Northwest, please. Outfit.
So sick. I hope we get more Sid. I can't remember if we do.
I think one more episode. I looked it up too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Ben greets several contestants for a beauty pageant held at the hotel and then notices a mysterious man in a trench coat being checked in at the front desk. Assuming this to be MT Wentz, he bows deeply before continuing his business. Other like vaguely perverted stuff is happening in the beauty contest, and
Yellow
he's there like
swimsuits. And then it goes through his mind, and it's like slow. He's looking at this person, and you can kind of tell his mind's slowly ticking. Like, I need to do something culturally insensitive here, but I haven't yet determined where this person is from. So I'm just going to do a deep bow because that seems generic.
They're just getting flashes of the Phantom Menace where Qui-Gon assumes that the Gungans have a life debt system. Life. This is very important to your people.
I'm educating you on.
Yeah. Elsewhere, Josie and the Asian man meet Pete. Josie explains that the man is her cousin, Jonathan. So we'll be saying Jonathan now. After Pete leaves, Jonathan confronts Josie about her business in the town, claiming that she is almost done. When he asks about the sheriff, she tries to deflect his question, but he immediately senses that she has strong feelings for him. His powers of perception are unparalleled. He watched them bang on the couch just the night before.
Have they said his last name yet?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. He's got quite the last name.
At least I don't think so. I think it wasn't brought up.
I guess it doesn't ruin anything. His last name's like Karagi or something. He's established to be from Hong Kong and like presumably like a triad. And so they're like, let's give him the least Cantonese name of all time, and instead let's just give him a Japanese name.
Yeah, let's give him a Japanese
for
name.
no reason.
What's the disguised man in the Great Northern what's his name that he checks in as? I feel like it sounds similar.
Oh shoot! I mean, we should tread lightly on this.
Yes,
but okay. I gotta look this up.
Do you remember Atticus?
No, but if I
says his name is,
if I encounter it, I will probably screech the podcast to a halt to interrupt and say what it is.
Very good. Well, okay. As Ben's looking that up, Cooper is surprised to see Harry at the roadhouse, who assures him that a member of the Bookhouse Boys is indeed there to help Cooper with the exchange. Cooper realizes that Harry himself is his backup, and the two share a drink. Cool moment, I think. The boys, like, Harry is his own best man, and he's there to help. I liked that. What do you think of that, Atticus?
I think it's good. I like Harry.
I do too. You know,
Sorry, but I would just to ask about like how Albert goes in on him for like looking dumb or like acting dumb. Do you think he read as dumb at all? Like, is he supposed to read as dumb?
He reads as blank to me in a lot of ways. I think he lately, I don't know if I'm just getting used to it or he has a little bit more life in him in recent episodes, but I think I wouldn't say dumb, but like clearly things are like out of control in this town. He's not doing a very good job of keeping people safe or anything.
He seems very comfortable, just like, I'm in the back seat watching Coop. Coop came in and is like, now that I'm here, I'm in charge. And he's like, okay, I'm going to shut my brain off and fuck.
He's not really like, I wasn't doing my job. And so thank God I can continue not doing my job.
You're going to have no argument from me as you take over.
You find the name?
Tojimura. Mr.
Tojimura.
I'm going to wade slightly dangerously here. Atticus, what do you think of Mr. Tojimura?
Great. I don't know.
Okay.
We only see him say, like, what he's only there for like that one scene, but he like, thank you. He has like an interesting voice.
Cash. Yeah, I'll pay with cash or something like that. Yeah.
I'll pay with cash. Oh yeah, and they're like, ooh, this must be.
Why was it dangerous to ask me specifically, Ben?
Don't worry about it.
Because you're racist.
Don't worry about it. Yeah. But it is.
Because we know that you're about to go on one of your tirades.
yeah, you're going to.
No.
It is
No, it's for other
background
reasons that will be to become clear.
I see. Okay. Yeah. I follow now. Okay.
This is a character. Is an important character. The actress who I gave kudos to at the beginning of the episode, she does a little, kind of cultural insensitivity, but Tojimura kind of saves her on it at the beginning. She's like, where, after hearing his very odd voice, where did you say you came from again? He's like, Seattle. She's like, oh, interesting. Okay.
No, like, originally, where?
Seattle. No, which I'm being the insensitive one because in universe of the show, she's asking because she thinks that Mr. Tojimura might be the, unfaced, I don't know how you say that, the faceless J.G. Wentworth or whatever the guy's name.
Yeah. I will pay with cash now.
What is J.G. Wentworth?
Empty Wentz.
Empty Wentz. There we go. Yeah.
What Ben? What do you think of the scene at the Roadhouse where Cooper realizes that Hank is his own best man? Any thoughts on that scene?
I don't know what to say, but very interesting.
Mm-hmm. I like seeing the Roadhouse again.
Yes.
It's kind of a place that we don't see much of.
I think I've said this before, so I'll say it. I'll say a similar thing again because it's not going to give anything away. But the Roadhouse it exists. It continues to exist. It exists into the Return when we get to the third season, and it is quite the star in the Return. And every time we see the Roadhouse, I think it plays a part in the movie as well. But I think the Roadhouse only gets better over time, and so I'm almost like underwhelmed when we see it still in these relatively early episodes of the series because it hasn't.
Yeah, it's been really innocuous so far.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess we do
come into it.
We do see a performance there the first time.
Yep.
That seems notable. But
and we see the most awesome fight of all time between Bobby and a bunch of guys earlier. But yeah.
Donna, where the fuck is Mike?
Bobby check.
By the way?
We need a Bobby check.
Yeah, what's going on with Bobby? What's going on with Mike? Is Mike just gone? Are we done with Mike? I don't remember ever seeing
He's
Mike
at school.
I think he's in
He's the only one at school. He's getting his learning on.
I think he's in the movie. I can't remember what else.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm forgetting something very obvious, but yeah.
Meanwhile, at the diner, Hank is awoken by someone pounding on the doors long after closing. This was me in Lansing, Iowa 2 weeks ago, trying to get my battery fixed by that guy. So, yeah. He doesn't find anyone outside the door, but rather someone has already infiltrated the diner. Jonathan. Hank tries to fight him, but is easily bested and left lying on the ground. Jonathan grabs Hank's thumb, and this just says Jonathan grabs Hank and says they are now blood brothers, promising to kill him the next time they fight, before smashing Hank's flashlight and engulfing the diner in darkness once again. How does the fight hold up at 2 times speed, we think? Seemed to be kind of a goofy looking fight.
I think it would have been better at 2 times speed, to be honest, on this one. It was a little underwhelming. I was thinking to myself during it, like, I know they don't do this in dramas like this. They probably don't do this in any soap operas, but they really should bring in a fight choreographer, even for little stuff like this. Even when you're only gonna flip a guy over and punch him in the face, you should bring in.
I think they do. They get somebody to.
But you should bring in. You should bring in an expert. You should bring in a Sammo Hung or something like that of the world. You should bring in a martial arts, all-time.
It would be funny if
for your 5-second fight.
It would be funny if there was an extended, like, it just turns into the Raid 2 kitchen scene here in the diner between these two guys.
Yeah. Why not?
Sure. I don't know. Seems like a great idea. All right. I said before that the star of the episode to me was Lucy. Do you guys have someone you want to nominate?
Ooh. Oh, that's a tough one, actually. I might give it to, it'll be this in some other episodes, but I might give it to Mr. Tojimura.
Okay, that's cool. I like that.
I love seeing him on screen.
He hit the lurk a couple times.
Boop.
I want to mention Andy.
You're saying Andy?
I want to mention him, but obviously not endorse entire episode arc, but him, like, with when Cooper's looking at his boots.
Yeah.
It's good.
I think it's safe enough towards the end of the episode where I will feel comfortable hitting the Andy real quick. That's the Andy. I threw it back for the listeners. Okay. Wait, so who are you not? Who's your guy or your lady? Who's your
I don't know. I guess I think Hank was pretty cool operator as well. I'll go with Hank.
Nice. I like that. I like that answer.
You should always pick it when somebody asks you this question. You should always pick the person you want to magically appear next to you. Sometimes they do that, like celebrity, not Sid. Magically, but like celebrity. Exactly, Sid. So that she pops out from behind the
she's
thing.
Right here. We actually have her.
We actually have her. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sid's coat, specifically.
After I've picked Mr. Tojimura. Fuck.
Well.
Should have picked Sid.
All right. I'll rate this episode first. I'm going to say 3. Good episode. I liked it.
I'm giving
Atticus. No, we go to Atticus next.
I'll go 4.
Okay.
4 bagger.
Okay, now you want to hear my opinion? Okay, I'm giving it a light 4. It's a 4. It's a 4, but it's a lighter 4 than the last episode. It's not as good as the last episode, but it's still a 4.
This is a stronger episode to me than the last one. But they're still 3s. Both 3s to me. Atticus, who killed Laura Palmer?
Bob.
Bob.
Very well.
Do you
Who shot
have
Cooper?
any idea who? But do you know anything? What else about Bob though? Because you said Bob a couple weeks now.
What about Bob? That's a
But we
a
don't-
movie.
What about Bob? Yeah. What about Bob? What's Bob's deal? Do you have any motive? Do you have anything else to
What's
say?
going on with Bob? He wasn't in the house.
Because it'd be kind
Or
of boring if
something.
it's just like a guy. If it's just like a guy that was around town, that'd be kind of boring. But is that it?
I guess I'm just letting it all wash over me. I haven't been theorizing, but I guess my strongest evidence is that one time I saw him credited as Killer Bob. I was like,
Interesting. Detective
killed someone. Yeah.
Sure.
Mm.
Yeah,
This is sort of
I do think
it's a Dora the Explorer type show. If you haven't figured out yet, you need to be shouting at your screen. Sometimes Cooper looks at you and says, "What do you think? Who do you think killed Bob?" And then you have to, or who do you think killed Laura Palmer? And you have to say, "Bob, Bob." Can you say it louder?
I can't hear you.
Bob.
That's some
They're
weak
saying
shit.
Bob.
Oh, good job, kids.
Andy is for the Dora the Explorer heads out there. Andy's Boots. Boots is the monkey.
Okay.
You guys were only two of you. You didn't have younger siblings. You didn't know Dora the Explorer.
Yeah, wasn't a big Dora head. Don't know about Dora.
Never
We do this
checked in.
in Bluey terms. Who's which of the
I don't know.
Bluey characters? I think
Dora the Explorer is a good American show. You guys have been overtaken by big Australia, big Australian soft power with Bluey and the likes.
yeah, the cultural hegemony continues.
Yeah.
Everything's Australian now. I think Agent Cooper is Bingo.
Bingo, is that the character? Is that the dad?
No,
I think you talked about it before.
Dad is Bandit. The mom
Who's
is
Bingo?
Chili. Bingo is the little sister because she has the best imagination.
Folks, yell at your screen. Who do you think it is?
That's right. Will's
That's
right again.
No. I like.
Well,
your
which Bluey
thinking.
character do you think? There is a French Canadian dog in Bluey, so it could be Jean.
Jean.
Because what's the God shoot? What is the dog's name? It's like it's not Jean Valjean. It's something. All right. Thanks for listening to the show. Check us out over on patreon.com/Dr. Skeleton for more of our nonsense and to support our behavior. Next week, we will be watching season 2, episode 5 of Twin Peaks. We'll see you there. Goodbye. This is a brand new Extra Good podcast. Learn more at brandnewextragood.com.